the Honorable William Jefferson Clinton. Welcome, Mr. Fred Hughes.
She was here, as she said before, 8 years ago, running for mayor, endorsing Hillary for president, and I had one of the great days of my efforts to help Hillary 8 years ago here in Ponce. I never forgot it. And today I had a great day because I visited your non-Q rum factory. When I'm sober, relaxed. It's an amazing place. You can be very proud of it. And I was really impressed. This election has been unusual. Unusual in the Democratic primary, unusual in the Republican primary. Full of anger and resentment in many places. Because it's a challenging time. Look what you've been through in Puerto Rico. And on the mainland, even though our economy is growing faster than any other big economy on earth, about 80% of the people have not yet had a pay raise since that financial crash. That also hurt you. In the long history we have of economic events, when a crash like that occurs, it normally takes about 10 years for a country to get over it. So you are dealing now not only with your own challenges over the financial crisis, and your own challenges that the United States bears some responsibility in not providing equal access, especially to healthcare spending, but also with the backwater, if you will, of the big economic crisis that hit the United States and the world. And yet you should be hopeful. But we need the right president. And I just want to say, to me, after I served 8 years as president, and it worked out pretty well for Puerto Rico and for the American people, and I've worked 15 years all around the world trying to help people deal with their economic and healthcare challenges, to deal with the challenges of energy and climate change. This is what I know, a simple, unbending truth. The people of this island and the United States and the larger world, we're all tied together. Our fates are tied together. So we have two big decisions to make everywhere. Number one, are we going to go into the troubles of the world and the opportunities by building walls or building bridges? Hillary wants to build bridges, not walls. Two, are we going to fight over a very little economic pie, or are we going to make it bigger so we can all rise together? Hillary wants us to all rise together. She wants every person in Puerto Rico to know that she is dedicated to providing more economic opportunity, higher incomes, decent education for every child, and fair treatment. It begins with the simple acknowledgement that you are Americans and you should have the right to vote for President of the United States. It begins that your country has an obligation to give you the same rights every other American community had to restructure your debt in an obvious way. That we have an obligation to end the inequality in healthcare funding so that you don't have further losses of doctors and nurses, so that you don't have cuts in Medicare or Medicaid or Medicare Advantage. And it begins with saying once and for all, it is time to resolve this status issue. And you should have the right to resolve it. In any way you see fit, including having an up or down vote on your status and whether you choose to continue or become a state. You should have the right to decide this, and the United States has a moral obligation to support your decision. If we do these things, then we need to get about the business of building a proper future. Hillary wants to increase basic education funding so that every child gets a chance to have a good start in life. She wants to increase access to education at higher levels and to skill job training. And she wants a program that she has asked me to try to spearhead for all the places that have been left behind in this economy. It includes Puerto Rico. It includes the coal country. It includes the land in America where the Native Americans live. It includes all these places that are sources of human wealth and natural wealth that should be growing faster. One of the things that she tried to do when she was a senator from New York, representing 1 million Puerto Ricans in New York, is to be a friend of Puerto Rico. She supported the decision I made to give Vieques back to you. And then to end the training programs there. And now she believes we should do more to help you complete the cleanup so that you own Vieques free and clear of any environmental clouds, and it can be a great source of tourism as well as a precious environmental resource for Puerto Rico for all time to come. But the larger point I want to make is, this election really depends on whether you think we should build walls or bridges. It really depends on whether you think we can build a whole new economy full of new opportunities, higher incomes, more upward mobility for all your children, or whether we should just fight over a little pie. I find that the only thing that makes life worth living is believing you can make tomorrow better than today, that you can make it better for your children and your grandchildren, that we can have all these new possibilities. And I have seen with my own eyes, all over the United States, all over the Caribbean, all over the rest of the world where I work, there are infinite possibilities. You just have to turn the possibilities into real opportunities for real people. That's what Hillary wants to do for Puerto Rico. And if you elect her, that's exactly what she will do. And I don't really want that. Madam Mayor, I'm glad you're still here after 8 years. I'm glad you're still working to make this a stronger, better community. I'm glad we have a beautiful facility like this in which to meet. But what I want you to know is that your real strength is in the people. And the location which has so often isolated you and made you poor is now a real strength. You can produce your own energy and sell it to your neighbors. You can change the whole landscape of what is possible for the children of Puerto Rico. We've got to get this debt crisis worked out. It has to be worked out on reasonable terms. You should have the same right to restructure your debt that any American jurisdiction does. And she will fight to give you that right. And I think this is important. Then you have to resolve the status issue, and we have to get to work overtime on seizing the economic opportunities and stopping the damage to your healthcare system that underfunding that is unequal and unfair has caused. If you want to build that kind of future, please vote for Hillary on the 5th of June and stay with her. She will never abandon you. We can have a great future. Thank you.